Hi, everybody. Welcome to our second visual episode of The Book Return.
Hello.
Alpha in Building Library Podcast. I'm Zach.
I'm Chloe, one of the clerks.
I'm
Cool.
Brittany, the director.
How's it going, everybody?
Good. I thought you were going to say what your job was.
I know. Has your role changed since?
I don't know. I don't even know what my role is anymore.
How are you doing?
Fair.
I'm Clap Man. It's like clap to sync the audio.
That's right. You seem like you're well today.
I'm actually doing quite well.
Okay, good.
Looked around for some unexpected gems.
Yeah, that's what we're doing today.
Got a couple of movies, a couple of shows, a couple of books.
Yep.
Found some stuff that I haven't thought of in a long time.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
good.
First, how was your weekend?
Oh, mine was good. I remember what I did this weekend.
Yeah?
My mom's school had their fall carnival.
Ooh, that's
Cool.
fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. Played some games, saw some really cute kid costumes, some spooky kid costumes.
What was the
fun.
spookiest?
There was a little girl who had a really elaborate vampire costume, like full makeup and face and like a big, poofy, scary, gothic-y dress.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she
That's
was
really
really, really
awesome.
cool. Yeah,
Ornate.
it was. It's like she's probably struggling to play these games, but she's committed.
Like, her parents are happy.
Yes, she seemed very happy about
Good.
it.
Good.
I think it was her idea.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
And good
Very
for her
proud of her.
parents for letting her do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, this took a lot of work on everyone's part.
Sure.
She's going to grow up to be a makeup artist.
I hope so. It was really, really well done.
Adorable.
What'd you do this weekend, Zach?
Whoa. I didn't even watch my awful football team play, the Denver Broncos, because they played on Thursday.
What?
I watched no football on Sunday.
Wow.
So there you have it.
Okay.
I changed litter boxes,
That's good.
Yeah.
played some video games.
What video games?
Hell Let Loose. It's a World War II simulator. It's like a PTSD simulator, basically, because it's a
Sounds
squad based and it's very intense.
Are you good at it?
Nope. Usually get yelled at by my teammates because I don't use the mic enough, and when I do, I'm not taking it seriously enough. They're like a bunch of older gentlemen, like
Oh,
my age.
the ones that were actually in World War II?
No, they don't have the dexterity for something like this, which is
Oh my
not
gosh.
insulting. It's just like a very
That's a
like
little
twitch,
insulting.
like it requires very quick like thumb movements,
Okay,
and like
okay.
my thumbs
Okay,
hurt
fair.
after like hours of playing it. But they're all like in their 30s, and they expect the most of their teammates. They use like military lingo. It's
Intense.
fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
6-2 is the Denver Broncos in Madden.
Oh.
I released Russell Wilson.
Did you?
John Crandall is the quarterback now. He's not good, but like Eddie McIntosh is my running back, and he's breaking records.
You know, it's interesting. Yesterday, I saw a side-by-side comparison of the stats of Russell Wilson and the stats of Patrick Mahomes. And Wilson's stats are actually better right now than Mahomes' stats are.
Was that before the travesty on Thursday?
I don't remember if it was before Thursday or not.
He threw 80 yards that whole game.
Wow.
I assume that's bad.
Not
I mean,
good.
to be fair, it would have given him a little bit of a leg up because Mahomes hadn't played that week yet.
That's true. Fair point. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good football podcast we got, I think.
What did you do this weekend, Brittany?
I spent the weekend in Indiana racing horses, so that
okay.
was great. I have one weekend to go, and then I can not spend every weekend in Indiana anymore, and that'll be
Much
great.
less
I am
driving.
not a fan of the Hoosier State.
Understandably, I think.
But Gene Hackman.
Oh, also John Green.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So-
I don't know if Gene Hackman is from there. He's just in the movie Hoosiers.
But really interestingly, so in between where the track is and in between where our like permanent camper is, you have to drive through Terhune if you go through the back way. Terhune is the rival school that they play in Hoosiers.
Oh, okay. I couldn't
And-
say that with a straight face.
Well, that's true. Terhune. And then in between Indiana and one of the Ohio tracks that we race at, if you go the back way, not the highways, you go through the town where the gym is that they filmed all of the Hoosier
Oh wow,
games.
That's fun.
So
that's really cool.
we drove by it the other day.
And you're sick of it.
I'm sick of Indiana.
That's fair. And the drive and all
Yeah,
of
it's
The
so
drive.
much
your
drive.
weekends and
It's
stuff.
I drive about 800 miles a weekend. So
Oh my god.
it's
Oh,
it's great.
That's too
That's-
much.
too far.
Been getting some podcasting and audiobook.
Absolutely. My audiobook stats are through the
Yeah,
roof.
I
Sure.
bet. Oh my god. If I
Actually,
have to go to
sounds heavenly.
Greenville, I'm like, such a trip.
Yep. I make a playlist like every time I leave the house, like to go to Greenville.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine.
After next week, I'm going to hibernate in my house for like 4 months
Yeah, I would too.
Have to.
and only come to work.
I do like my doctor visits virtually, so I don't have to go to Greenville.
Damn.
Yeah,
And mine are in Belding. But it's just easier.
it is. Yeah.
So I keep wanting to say Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
Have you seen that?
wow.
No, but
Me
I've heard it's
neither.
good.
I've heard it's good.
Oh,
It was like
Yeah.
nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, I don't like him, except for in 50 First Dates. Bad movie. Love it.
Yeah, it's just an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Drew
he can.
Barrymore.
That's true. I like her, and he can act when he wants to.
Allegedly.
Drew Barrymore, who is no longer presiding over the National Book Awards,
Yeah.
That was a whole
replaced by
ado.
LeVar Burton, who is much more deserving.
Yeah. I should be more careful saying I love her.
That,
Yeah.
her good favor kind of ran out in the last couple of months, I guess.
She's had some less good takes recently.
Yeah.
I loved her.
She was on the comeback too. She just made a bad decision.
She did.
Yeah.
Bad decisions.
She
If she
did.
had just waited one more week, it all would have been fine.
Yeah.
She'll bounce back.
Although I'm like, well, at least she showed us her color, her true colors.
It's true too.
She kind of did when she married Tom Green.
There's that. he was in
Charlie's
the
Angels.
He sure was.
Is it the Chad?
Starfish.
It's the Chad.
That is definitely Tom Green.
That's the best scene in the movie
Oh,
when he just
dear.
falls into the ocean with a spatula in his
Yep.
hand
Yep.
and long johns.
It's the most
It's
Tom
just
Green
Tom
thing
Green.
I've ever heard.
Is it the Tom Green? Yeah, it's the Tom Green.
Spoiler: Charlie's Angels is not on my list of unexpected gems.
I almost put it on mine, and then I was like, "Is it unexpected?" No, it's excellent,
Not
and we
at
all
all.
know that.
I got a couple. We've all got movies on ours.
Yeah,
We do.
Let's
Yeah,
start mine.
for sure.
Mine's a sequel. Only because we didn't have the first one here.
Would
But
you have
it-
picked the first one?
I would have.
Okay.
Because they were both good.
Yeah.
Both very tongue in cheek. I picked the 22 Jump Street with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill.
Nice.
Kind of very much a parody of like comedy sequels and how they're unnecessary and they
Sure.
like try to do things bigger and better every time. And so it does not take itself seriously at all.
It doesn't. I remember watching 21 Jump Street and just waiting for the moment when you knew Johnny Depp was going to appear at some point in time.
Yeah, and he does.
He does. It was at an unexpected moment too, but
it is rough.
yeah.
But
Yep.
the entire credit sequence is like 23 Jump Street, 24 Jump Street. It just keeps getting like worse and worse
That's
with like
funny.
more cameos
pretty
from
funny.
people. But yeah, Channing Tatum's funnier than he has any right to be.
I haven't seen either of them, and I didn't think they were worth watching. But you
They're-
guys liking
they are
them,
quite funny.
Yeah,
They are.
Yeah.
that makes me want to watch them.
Unlike anything I would have expected.
Yeah.
So,
I thought they were just kind of like garbage summer movies.
yes,
they
but they're
are,
making
yeah.
fun
But,
of garbage
but they're
summer
funny.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
they're
that they're
like
self-aware.
tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
For sure.
I like fun movies.
Me too.
I don't normally watch comedies. I just don't. But if I had been thinking about it for this podcast, I would have also picked Get Smart with Steve Carell and The Rock.
Oh yeah,
Because that one is also very funny.
forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
Steve Carell's
Also based
hilarious.
on an old show.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old detective show.
Yep.
Is 21 Jump Street based on a show?
Yes, from the
Okay.
80s,
Okay.
where they're undercover police officers, and Johnny Depp was the star of that show.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
it was
I see.
funny
That's
when
why you
had
knew he would
when he
come.
had a cameo.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like a buddy cop show, but the show I believe was a drama, wasn't it?
Oh.
Get Smart.
Of 21
Oh
Jump
yeah,
Street.
for sure it was.
So
Yeah.
it's bizarre that they rebooted
Yep.
it as a movie and it's slapstick and it's making fun of like everything that 21 Jump Street had
It-
established.
Definitely does.
And,
That's interesting.
and it's like a very smart bad movie.
That's how Get Smart is too.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
saying that. I got another movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm not a huge fan of jukebox musicals. Like I like meat and potato musicals. I don't like to be
I've heard them called that.
be threatened.
and I'm never gonna hear it called anything different.
I get it though.
Oh yeah, Rocket Man, Taron Edgerson. Oh no,
Edgerton.
Yeah, isn't it a T?
Edgerton.
Is there an S in the word?
Nope.
No.
Taron
Yeah, and it's on the box.
Tis.
Edgerton.
Edgerton.
Yep.
There you go.
He does a
got it.
phenomenal Elton John singing voice. Great impression. I was kind of not looking forward to it after Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah, that
I like.
one.
It was like
It's fun.
It was fun. It was a good movie, but I was kind of hoping for a little more.
It to be a deeper movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
more depth, exactly.
I was looking for sadness and to feel terrible after, and it
You
was
wanted
like,
your heart broken.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You wanted more like of
Yeah.
actually what Freddie Mercury's life was.
Sure.
Yeah. And Rami Malek did a
He was
great job.
Great casting.
Yeah. But Rocket Man, it's very dark and doesn't shy away from anything about Elton's life. And Elton helped make it, so
That makes a
was-
big difference.
it did. It does. And he didn't want himself to be portrayed unrealistically. So I kind of liked that about it. It made me like Elton John more too. Yeah, those are my movies.
I want to watch that one.
Gotta watch both.
It looks beautiful.
It
Watch
is,
both. Oh,
yeah.
both. I thought you were talking about Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's your
yeah,
coffee.
That's my coffee. Thanks.
Can't tell them apart.
I was gonna put it over here, but it's kind of a mess of
It is a
cords,
mess
and
over
I'm
here.
scared it'll.
Set mine over
it'll
there, so
get-
I will reach awkwardly to pick it up every time.
I mean, you can put it closer than that.
That's fine. I made my decision.
Okay, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. All right. Okay. I have a sneeze, but I'm gonna power through it, and we'll see what happens.
You got this.
Thank you. My first movie is Howard's End. Have you guys seen this? Either of you?
I have seen a version of it.
A version, not this version. Okay.
I have not.
No. Okay. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I looked up the synopsis of the plot, and I was like, I don't remember this, but it was very complicated. But I remember liking it so much, and it's not actually complicated. There's just a lot of characters, so I was like, I don't remember who anybody is, but it's very, very funny, which I didn't expect from like a period piece like this. But it's about like class clashes and like these two sisters that are kind of unconventional and very independent, and they get like this piece of land left to one of them, and it's like a huge castle kind of, and it's left to one of them, but the husband of the widow that leaves it to her burns the piece of paper that like is like the proof.
Oh, that makes it legitimate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so they're trying to get this land, and there's like a few other conflicts going on, and Howard's End is like the piece of land. And there's kind of like three different main groups of people, and they're like an upper class group, a middle class group, and a lower class group, and you're just seeing like these conflicts between them. And it's very funny, and I also like the class conflicts a lot. There's a lot of movies like that I like. It's very interesting. It was not what I expected at all. I thought it would be more stuffy, but it was super, super funny.
It's by the guy who did Manchester by the Sea. It's one of the saddest movies I've ever seen.
I've never seen it.
What's his name? Affleck. Casey Affleck.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
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 Good movie.
I've heard it's really good. This one has Anthony Hopkins and Emma Thompson and Helena Bonham Carter in it also. So like very
How could
good
it be
cast,
bad?
right? Exactly.
Oh, so much fun.
Give it a chance. It's really good. We watched it during like the quarantine. Me and my parents did like a little film festival where we watched movies that we didn't know anything about and none of us had seen before and basically wouldn't pick usually. So
Interesting choice. Oh, that's good. Tracy Ullman. Simpsons debuted on her show.
Oh,
She
really?
had a show in the 80s called
Really?
The Tracy Ullman Show. And they would have like little snippets of a quirky cartoon called The Simpsons.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Simpsons had it's like the 8th season. They had a looking back at The Simpsons 138th episode special, which makes no sense. And then
That's
they
funny.
would play clips from the Tracy Ullman Show, and they would look horrified looking back at how awful the show was. It's a very meta, self-referential.
It was never awful. It was
No.
always the same.
It was lovely. What
That's
else you
good.
got?
I have a movie that's kind of dreadful, but I love. It's called Warm Bodies.
Remember that movie?
You saw this movie?
No, but I remember when it came out.
It came out in 2013, so I was 13 and I watched it at a sleepover I had for my birthday. And we were camping out like in my backyard, and I somehow like my parents rigged up like a TV in the tent, like a tiny little TV, and we all watched it there.
That's the coolest thing
It was
ever.
so cool, and so I have just like
That's
good
awesome.
memories with it. And
Sure.
we all just like got really spooked, even though it's not scary. I think we just like hyped ourselves up. It's like a romance comedy horror, and it's just like really campy and goofy, and does not take itself seriously. And it was just really fun and silly, and I really like it.
It's got zombie acting tips with Rob Corddry. Love Rob
Amazing.
Corddry.
Yeah, I think it's a really, like, if you don't like horror movies, it's a fun thing to watch, like, you know, around Halloween that's just, like, goofy and cute and also bad.
I remember
like it.
when it came out, I had to make room for it on the wall when I was a
Wow.
manager at Blockbuster
On
Video.
the wall.
Were you a
This is not
manager at
wall-worthy.
Blockbuster Video?
It's a lot of power.
Yeah.
How long did you work there?
I was unaware of
Yeah, same.
Like
the
off and on for 40
managerial
years.
position.
40 years.
Yes. It worked at every Blockbuster in Colorado.
It's longer than your entire life, I think.
Yeah, kind
Okay.
of. I was like briefly assistant store manager. Kind of an office situation, assistant to the store manager.
You should put that on your resume.
Assistant to the store manager. Is this an
Probably
office reference?
Was it?
Assistant to, is that an office reference?
Yeah, I said it's kind of like The Office.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Oh, I didn't
but
hear that part.
then, like, I was going to be like, well, officially assistant store manager because, like, I was doing all of her work because she didn't like doing the wall. And then, yeah, we called it the wall. And then Blockbuster stopped being alive. I was like, what do I do with all this knowledge?
Yeah, that's sad.
I worked at the movie department at Barnes & Noble.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So, warm body. Sorry to take that over with my...
No, that's a great story. It's good. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What have you got, Brittany?
I have one movie over here, and this is one that I just recently watched, and I didn't watch it when it first came out, but it is The Imitation Game.
Okay.
The cast is fantastic. It stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley, but Matthew Good is also in it, and Mark Strong is also in it. And it is a kind of profile on the war years life of Alan Turing, who was a mathematician and helped break the Enigma code. So the movie is kind of on how they gathered the team that worked at Bletchley Park and going through building the machine that actually initially cracked the Enigma. And a lot about the difficulties that Turing went through because of his different kind of social issues. So he was a homosexual, which he had to hide because at that point in time in Great Britain it was illegal. And he had, at the time, undiagnosed autism and Asperger's. And so it was really interesting to see kind of, there were flashbacks for him, like when he was at boarding school and how the kids treated him because he was different. And I actually showed it in my class a couple weeks ago. And then I had my students write a paper on one of the social issues that was kind of portrayed in the movie. And I got a rainbow of papers, but it was so fantastic. I was like, oh my word, these kids have it. Like, we're good on the next
Good.
generation.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's really cool.
So, but they are fantastic in this film, and it had a bunch of award nominations and won a bunch of awards in 2014. Keira Knightley's inclusion in the film was also really great. She played a big part in the team as well, but then you also got to see how things were from the female perspective. And kind of how hard it was for her to even get included on the team because people thought women weren't smart back then.
Right.
And so lots of good history, lots of good like social commentary, and I would definitely recommend it. So
Sounds good.
yeah.
I like both of them a lot.
Yeah, it was really, really very good.
Yeah, for very good things.
Benedict Cumberbatch was like astounding.
He always is. Yeah.
Just
How tall is that man?
so good.
9.
Looks like
6'4" maybe.
Yeah.
Yep, 9.
Something
Yeah,
like that. So right close to 9.
very linky.
It's 9 something. I don't know. Yeah, he is linky.
I got a couple of TV shows. Ones that caught me off guard slightly. One
That's
was,
a great one.
I've
so
never heard
good.
of this, I don't think.
By David Simon, the guy that did Homicide: Life on the Streets,
Oh my god,
and,
okay.
and The
Didn't expect
Wire.
that to go. Okay. Okay.
This was kind of about post-Katrina New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of like the social dynamic and just how like society was kind of being rebuilt. Like But it's been a while since I've seen it. John Goodman.
Specifically in the Treme, which was a lot different than like in the French Quarter or in
Right.
the Garden District. Yeah.
Right. Really, really interesting. Really well done. You could tell that he did a bunch of research on it because that's kind of his MO.
Okay.
Like some of the best music I've ever seen in a TV show. Just phenomenal.
You should go there in real life.
Like, I've been 2 places, Colorado and Michigan. But I would love to go, though.
It's not too late. You
Such
can
a-
go other places still.
Yeah, okay. I'll get
That's a quick flight. Also, Carnival has a port right there.
just, take a steamboat to New Orleans?
No, you fly to New Orleans, then you hop on the cruise ship, and then you cruise around to like 4 or 5 different countries for a couple days, then you come back, and then you spend like 4 or 5 more days in New Orleans.
I mean,
Is how we like to handle it.
is that...
Also, the Lions play at the Saints on December 3rd, so
Do you
just
have a trip planned?
so
keep that
It's
into
very
your little
specific.
consideration.
carpool on this boat?
This is going to be a podcast?
Car boat? No, boat pool? That's
It
that's redundant.
Sounds like a sinking situation.
kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
No, it'll be fine.
No.
I love water so much. I can swim and everything.
No.
Another one, Wolf Hall. It was a BBC
You
production.
want to turn it towards the camera?
I was showing you guys
I
first.
see
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and
so
then
sorry.
that's
I'm
good.
so sorry.
It's okay. Like you're looking at it, I appreciate it.
Like, we could see it for a long time in your
It's for.
I'm sorry.
Well, what's your favorite thing about Wolf Hall, Chloe?
Isn't it a book?
It is.
Isn't
this
Claire
is a-
Foy in Twilight? That name sounds so familiar.
Keep going.
You asked me.
Boy.
I think so.
Do a little research.
There's a
You talk.
podcast research time. It's
She was in-
podcast research time.
So sorry.
She was in Little Dorrit.
What?
I
Pardon?
don't like. I'm assuming another BBC production, but yes, it's based on the novel of a 3-part series by Hilary Mantel about Thomas Cromwell, Henry VIII's his personal lawyer.
The Crown.
The Crown.
She was in The Crown.
That's right. She was a young Elizabeth, right?
Oh.
I believe so. Was that what you were thinking of?
Mackenzie Foy played Renesmee.
Oh. Maybe they're related.
They might be.
Probably.
I do remember you talking about the book.
This is a really good book. Kind of hard to read at first because it's written in like that dialect, but
Do you think it was better? Did you read the book first? Or
I did.
Okay. And do you think having the background of the book made the show better?
I think so because the show moves kind of quick and you're introduced. Like I like books better
Sure.
because it's all on the page and I can flip
you
back
can take
and
your
forth.
own amount of time that you need.
Yes, which
Yeah.
is usually a lot when there's like a bunch of characters being introduced
like
and
that.
like they're
Yeah.
historical.
Is it a miniseries or is it a film?
It was I believe they have a second season.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was like a short run
Okay.
series that I think they brought back. It's a trilogy. The third one just came out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wolf Hall.
Are you gonna watch the third one?
I only watched the first season of the show.
You mean the
surprisingly.
third book
Oh,
just
okay.
came out?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, that was
okay.
my bad.
No, I just
Yep.
misunderstood.
I forget what the name of the book is, but the second one is Bringing Up Bodies. And then Hilary Mantel, I think, died last year, but
Oh.
really good book. Kind of took me, I think, 3 attempts to get through it just because it is written in dialect. And
That does make it hard
It
sometimes.
does.
yeah. But
Yeah. You have to really immerse yourself, or it's hard to come back and forth if something's
Yeah.
written like that.
very much so. And like, not a whole lot was known about Thomas Cromwell, his personal lawyer. And then she did a bunch of research. And I mean, there's some creative liberties taken, but it's all fascinating. You kind of get like a more colorful examination of, was it Catherine of Aragon, one of his wives? She was unhinged, like almost as much as Henry VIII, in a like fun way.
Ooh.
It was like bring back body parts from when you go up north
Oh, cool.
to attack the Scots.
That's
Oh,
nice.
and he beheaded her. Why? They sound like they would be perfect for one
Yeah.
another.
It was the 15th
How did
century.
Catherine of Aragon meet her demise? Was she one of the ones that was
I
beheaded?
believe she was beheaded.
So
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Efficient.
it was efficient. I would love to visit the Tower of London. Just
You could do
so
that.
much history, like a bunch of bones under. Like I can't just take a boat.
I'm not
over
saying
there.
now.
Okay, fair. Oh, I'll get right on it.
Okay.
Colorado, Michigan,
put it on your list.
London.
Yeah.
It's been on my list for so long since I was a fan of Monty Python when I was a kid.
Monty Python's fun.
Yeah.
It's like I want to go I would go see John Cleese. And now I'm not so sure.
That might be.
Yeah, I don't think I want to meet him now.
Yeah, I understand.
It's a little bit much.
Yeah, a bit much. Okay. Yeah.
Good choices.
Thank you. Me too. Okay. I have Anne with an E, which is a very nice, cozy, fun, just like comforting watch. This is one that I watched like with my family. I haven't seen the whole show. I've seen, I think, all of season 1 and then episodes here and there after that because my family was watching without me, which is
It's on Netflix,
rude.
right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. I was surprised that we had it here because I didn't think that we had a lot of like Netflix original shows.
It's because Netflix doesn't put a lot of their original shows on DVD, which I
didn't think
wish they
did.
would.
I do too,
Same.
because there's so many that
Yeah.
like I wish that we could have, but
Sure.
they don't really do that. But and this cover is so pretty.
It is.
It's so gorgeous. Yeah, the actor who plays Anne, her name is Amy Beth McNulty. She's so good. She's so like cute and charming and weird. I really like her. She's just adorable. I think she does a really good job of being Anne and just being kind of a little weirdo, and I really like it. It's just like, nice.
Am I correct in remembering they tried to cancel that after season 2 and the audience rioted?
I think so.
And they added a season 3?
I think
wow.
so. And I think that season 3 has like a complete ending.
I think
too,
it does too.
which is so
Yeah.
nice and rare, especially
Sure.
with Netflix.
Yeah,
Netflix doesn't
for-
do that very
for real.
often. So
You
that is
gotta try
really
to
nice.
finish it.
I would like to. Yeah.
Should.
There's a lot of shows, just in general.
Yeah.
But I would like to. It was a long time ago that I watched it. We were kind of watching it as it was coming out, which it was in 2017. So I don't know if I will, but I really like it. It's very just like easy to watch, but still has not easy in like the sense that nothing's going on, like easy in that like it just feels good. So it's
Comforting.
Nice. It's comforting.
Good.
Yeah.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Zach.
Welcome to our. We're so echoey.
It's really echoey in
Wow.
here. I'm so sorry if it sounds terrible.
That'll sound lovely.
Yeah.
Welcome
we'll
to
do our
our
best.
second visual lab.
in a different space.
Yeah.
We're in the club room.
Christmas time.
Yeah, it's all set up for candlelight.
Yeah. Let's talk about that song.
Let's talk about that.
But first, what days are we going to be closed?
We're going to be closed the 23rd and the 24th, which is Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, I believe.
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
That's right.
Yep, we will not be open, but we'll be open on Saturday.
True. Black Friday was a really bad horror movie.
Didn't see it.
There's no need to. Like, I
Okay.
don't think it's about shopping. It's just like people die on that day.
Oh.
But-
Just
It's-
like a real...
Yeah, well, it's just like a PG-13
Oh,
horror
I don't
movie.
like PG-13 horror usually.
Not my favorite.
No.
You know what I do like?
What?
The candlelight reception
Yes.
coming up, an event thrown together by the friends every year. It's a silent auction coming up on the 27th. It's 7 p.m. Couldn't remember if it was 6 or 7. It's 7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Everybody is welcome.
Yeah, you can come by early.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Look
You
at
can
all
come
the
by
baskets.
whatever and put a bid on in a basket if you want to get ahead of the game.
That's true. We'll start doing official stuff around 7 o'clock. There's going to be food.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It'll be a really fun event. It's a gift basket silent auction, if I didn't say that already.
Yeah, you did.
I can't, yeah.
But I'm glad we got it a second time.
It's the most important part.
It is.
Yes. But even if you don't want to bid, it's still really fun.
Yeah, coming up 27th. What else we got going on?
On the 28th, there's a Youth Tasty Tuesday program. While supplies last, youth can pick up puppy chow.
Delicious.
I love puppy chow.
Who doesn't?
I don't know.
Let's talk about it more next week.
We will. I'm sure we will. Yeah. That's all.
Well, that's not how you wave.
Bye. How was it weird?
Did this because I was watching
good.
myself on the screen.
Bye.
It is weird that Netflix and other like made for streaming services don't come out on DVD because of the whole
Yeah.
like Willow thing that just happened,
Yeah.
which is not great.
Right.
Because they dumped it entirely, and Warwick Davis is mad because it
He's-
doesn't exist
He's
anymore.
big mad.
He's oh, love Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Leprechauns, one of my yearly watches.
I have not seen that.
Jennifer Aniston's first acting debut.
Really?
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll be darned.
Bad movie.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You'd think they'd want more income
You would
through
think.
DVD sales, but maybe it's not worth it for them.
Like, I am speaking as a novice and somebody who doesn't know what he's talking about, but I wouldn't imagine that the production fees for like getting it to DVD would
No,
be
and
that bad.
I could see like, okay, waiting X amount of time because when it's new and people want
Yeah.
to see it, you want to get new subscribers. But after
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 years, you're not
Yeah.
getting new subscribers because they want to watch that TV show.
Exactly.
My guess
So-
is what it comes down to is they'd have to pay the actors actual royalties.
Probably so.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe we'll see some after they.
I think probably.
That'd be great.
Definitely.
I think that might be a random unintended consequence of
Yeah,
everything.
that could be.
Is more DVD releases, which would be cool.
One weird thing is when they release like the first 2 seasons on DVD and then they
Stop
stop
doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
doesn't
does
make any
happen.
sense.
That happens to our patrons frequently.
There
Yeah.
was a TV show called Heart of Dixie that was
Oh, yeah.
3 seasons long, and they only released the first 2 on DVD.
So
Makes
frustrating.
no sense.
No.
It's terrible for patrons or people. Not even patrons are people, but people in general.
Fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
who
I agree.
don't have subscriptions who use DVDs.
There's at least 3 shows that Betty like had to stop watching because they stopped releasing them on
Oh,
DVD.
really?
Yeah.
It sucks, and you don't know in advance that they're not going to do that.
No, you don't.
No.
So you just set yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
Or they do release it and it's only in the
Region 2?
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
3 or 4, yeah, somewhere in
Yep.
Europe.
Yeah,
Doesn't
like,
help.
I gotta learn German, I guess.
Yeah.
Could do it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Duolingo.
You told Betty that.
I will. Yep.
Betty, go learn German in all your
Go
spare
learn
time.
German, or you could just read the subtitles.
Yeah, she's not gonna do that.
No.
No.
An entire season of a show in German subtitles might get a little tiring.
Yeah. If you're used to the English, it's gonna be an adjustment.
True.
Yeah, just different
Would.
voice actors.
Big
be weird.
true. Yeah.
Big true. Yeah.
Big true.
Very much.
Yes.
I chose Nancy Drew,
Oh, the spooky one.
the spooky one. So this is a series released on the CW.
Yes.
Not the WB anymore. Which one is it? Which
CW.
one? CW,
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Which used to be the WB, which used to be, but whatever. So this is an updated, kind of reimagined telling of Nancy Drew. It's very good. It's very spooky because there is a supernatural element to it. One of the things that I think is really fun about it is there are all sorts of Easter eggs all through the series that kind of harken back to the original book series. So, like, they'll visit a location, and that location has the same name as a place in one of the original books.
Oh, cool.
Or,
Very cool.
Yeah. So, the actress in this show, Kennedy McMahon, is very good. She does a wonderful job portraying Nancy Drew. And I think that no one knew who she was. Like, this was like her first big role. And I think that they made a really good decision doing that by casting someone who was kind of new. But now, like, every time I look at a Nancy Drew book, I see her. So
That's cool.
Yeah. The kind of ensemble cast is nice. There is no one very well known in that. I think I did mention one time before that Scott Wolf is in it, but
Yeah, that's
he's
right.
really the only name in the show. But really great cast of characters, diverse cast of characters, which kind of solves one of the main kind of complaints that people have about the Nancy Drew books is that they're not diverse at all.
True.
But I mean, they were written in the 1920s, 30s, and so not that that's an excuse, but they're very updated and a lot of fun and sometimes a bit jumpy. So season 4 is just about to release on the CW. It's the final season. But it is a wrap up.
That's
so
good.
it didn't get canceled. It got wrapped up, and I'm looking forward to season 4.
Cool.
So yeah,
Says a lot considering how big of a fan you've been of the Nancy Drew
yeah,
books.
for
to
sure.
see her
Yep,
now.
yep.
It's good for them.
Yeah, it did not go crazy left turn like Riverdale did.
I was wondering if that's what
So-
they're, because I think they're kind of slightly connected, right?
No,
Okay.
same.
That's Sabrina. that I'm
It's
thinking
Sabrina.
of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, but it did not lose its path.
Surprising with the CW.
So,
'cause,
I know.
Like, so many of their shows start
drama,
good,
so
and then,
drama.
yes.
Yeah, like Pretty Little Liars started out really good,
The
and
Flash
then
started out good.
yeah, and then it just Yeah, I don't know
Those
what
shows,
happened.
they just escalate too fast, and then they have nowhere to go. Which
In the
Supernatural
case-
did too,
in the
but
case
it
of-
works. That's the kind of show that you can just keep escalating.
you just keep on a rolling.
and it's like, that's okay, we can kill God now. That's fine.
Yeah, head Chuck.
Yes, exactly. Bring him back. Kill him again.
Yeah. In the case of Pretty Little Liars, they had no excuse to go off the rails because that is a 10-book series. They
Oh, so
could have
they
just
had
followed the
yeah.
blueprint, and they just didn't.
That's a bummer.
It was.
Absurd.
Yeah.
My friend has been cast as an extra a couple times on
really?
the show, the reboot or whatever they're doing in the
cool.
show. Yeah,
Awesome.
Crazy.
It's very good for him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
How often has he been called back?
He has been on the set twice and been he's been
Where are they filming?
in New York.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, he lives in New York, but the set is in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ew.
Yes. Yes. It's quite the trek. Yeah. Ew, Jersey.
You.
Callback.
Yeah.
First episode.
That's right.
Yep.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
1
Yeah.
year ago.
1 year ago.
Crazy.
Ew, Jersey. Over a year.
I've got some books.
Yep. We got
Caught
some
me
books
off
too.
guard. I don't usually read mysteries, but I was on a kick a few years ago, like a decade ago, and picked up The Yard because it was on sale at Barnes & Noble. And I was like, I likes the cover.
It's cool.
And yeah, it's just about the Scotland Yard and like kind of the birth of modern forensics, and kind of reads as
Interesting.
like a Jack the Ripper style whodunit. Turned into a
Okay.
trilogy. I think we have the entire trilogy here, but like, don't remember a ton about it. Remember really liking it and thinking
Okay.
this just ignited a new passion for mysteries for me.
And then you never read another one.
I read
Did you read the rest of the series?
no, I did read a book called The Meaning of Night, which was another like Scotland Yard mystery.
Okay.
From the perspective
Very
of a
specific.
yeah, I was on
Yeah.
a kick.
Yeah. For Scotland Yard mysteries.
Yep, there's two, and
There might
Love
be
them
one
both.
more. I mean, there's the rest of the series. At
that's
least.
true. The Meaning of Night was really good too because it was from the perspective of an old timey serial killer / cannibal.
Oh, that's fun.
I think the opening line was, "Once I ate the red-headed man, I went for an oyster supper."
He's still
Wasn't he
hungry.
already
Still
full?
hungry.
Yeah.
Maybe he
alright.
just said,
Person
maybe he
is
just
a
killed
lot.
him. Maybe he killed him.
He wasn't a cannibal. You just inserted that.
Maybe I was conflating the what he ate in the intro. Yeah, once I killed the red-headed man, I went for an oyster supper.
He's not a cannibal at all.
No, I don't think so. Turns out, I think he was like innocent in it. Actually,
He didn't kill anybody?
I think it might have been a Dexter situation.
I don't know Dexter.
I'll look at.
They were justified killings.
Yes.
Oh, he killed bad people?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
he was a murderer
Vigilante.
serial killer,
Oh, okay.
and
A vigilante murderer.
Oh, okay.
yes, one of which was John Lithgow. Delightful.
Okay.
One of his victims was John Lithgow?
Yeah,
What did
not
John
really
Lithgow do?
Okay.
bad stuff.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
John Lithgow was a character in the book.
This is the Dexter.
He played somebody on Dexter. So I'm getting all mixed up.
It's fine. It's
okay,
fine.
yeah.
Talking about 3 different things at
That's
the same
fine.
time.
I can keep up.
And quiet. Not okay.
I know,
that
I get
didn't
it.
look out.
No, I get it.
Susan Cain.
Okay.
Don't usually read self-help books, but this one was really good because I wanted to know why I was such an introvert.
Should
She
read the
has a good
tagline
TED
now.
Talk.
She really
Susan
does.
Cain
Yeah,
does.
it's one of the best that I've read.
Will you read the tagline?
The tagline is "The power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking."
I like it.
Yeah, it's very good. Read that one and The Power of Habit at the same time, but yeah, really good. If you want a self-help book about introverts, I got the
What'd
book
you-
for
what'd
you.
you-
Was it
Get
is it
from it.
is it helping you to not be an introvert anymore, or that you
Kind of.
really?
Well,
Like what? Yeah. What did you gain from it?
just kind of like the psychology of being introverted and just like how
that it's okay to be an introvert?
yeah, just kind of
Gotcha.
understanding the way the brains
Sure.
work
Okay.
and like
I'm with you.
don't have to be ashamed. It's
Sure.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah, like
you
what
can be
the-
quiet.
Yeah. What the benefit of that is?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I go outside and
I
I
like
just
that.
love the sound of my own voice usually, which is why I am sitting where I'm sitting.
You do talk a lot, but I do think you are more introverted.
Sure.
Yeah. Like most of my friends in high school, my best friend, Martin, in high school had me in his phone as Ditcherson because anytime he invited me out, I would make up something that I had going on.
That's very relatable.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
to make plans, and I love to cancel them even more.
Yes.
Yeah.
In her TED Talk, doesn't she call those types of people omniverts?
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Ones that do well in public settings, but still need that alone time to recharge and to kind of,
Yeah.
recenter themselves.
That makes
That's how I
sense.
feel.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I'm there, I'm having a great time.
Sure.
But
It's
I would
getting
love to
there,
not
right?
Be there.
Same.
Yes.
So much
Same.
anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I think it's the anxiety of like, what if I don't know what to say? And it's like, doesn't
See,
stop me
I don't have
ever.
that issue. I just flat out do not want to go. That's
Yeah.
all. I mean, that's all there is to it. No,
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I think that also part of what I go through.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably complicated for everybody.
Yeah.
I think so.
Changes day to
This
day.
is the only place I want to come every day.
Work.
Yeah. I never struggle to come in.
I never do either.
No.
Like, this is the one place I never
wanna be
struggle
at
to
work.
come to.
Yeah.
The part I struggle with is getting out of bed. And once I manage that part, I'm like, I
have
would like to go to work.
I
Yeah.
have come to the realization in like the last 3 weeks that I have a really hard time getting out of bed in the morning when it's dark out.
Oh.
Summer, I do not have a problem getting up at all. When it switches to fall and it's still dark at like 7 or 6:30 when I usually get up, it's so hard.
You need one of
is.
those timed sun lamps.
Yeah, maybe something
yeah.
like that.
That they
Yep.
can
Those
like
help.
Yep.
set to a
That's-
specific time and they'll slowly like.
It's awful. Even if
That
you
is,
get
that is awful, but it sounds helpful.
Like I would hate it.
I would
Yeah.
hate it
but
too.
it
but
would be good for
it.
you.
It may be
possibly.
helpful.
I,
It may be.
yeah, I think it would kill me. I want it to be dark forever.
My kids
Yeah.
are like 5 minutes later for school every like week. The darker
Yeah.
it is when we're supposed to get up.
oh, it's tough.
It is. It is very hard.
It's like even if you sleep 8 hours and you wake up and it's still dark, your brain acts like it's 2 a.m. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not ready
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Yeah. I got books too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is one that I read a long time ago in high school and then reread it recently. It's called Hyperbole and a Half by Allie Broche.
Good book.
The tagline is Unfortunate Situations, Flawed Coping Mechanisms, Mayhem, and Other Things That Happened. And it's got really weird art. I'm just going to pick a page. I like the dogs. She has just, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. I might have to like insert some art for you guys. But yeah, it's like comics, a collection of comics that she put on her blog and then collected into a book. And it's really funny and weird, and I find it very relatable. I think when I read it the first time, the chapter about like procrastination made me cry because I was like, that was when I was like first struggling with like panic attacks about my procrastination. I was like, oh, it's not just me.
Yeah.
It's a very good book. It's very like silly and goofy, but also like very real, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
She's a good writer.
She is.
I read that one too and kind of had a similar reaction to it.
Yeah.
It's like that neurodivergent brain.
Yes.
She's got it and taps into it.
Sidebar: have you ever watched the TED Talk "In the Mind of a Master Procrastinator"
I
by
was
Tim
just thinking
Urban?
about that.
That was
The-
really good.
Is that the procrastination monkey thing?
Yeah,
Monster, whatever it's called.
The
Is it a
panic
monkey?
monster
Yeah.
and the instant gratification monkey.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. I have watched that, and also, yes.
Very relatable as well.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like I can't do anything unless I have panic.
And deadlines.
And
I
deadlines.
was always a deadline worker.
Yes.
Yeah. 11th hour.
11th hour.
for sure.
And maybe 12:59.
12:59.
Like,
Or what? I guess
oh,
it's
geez,
11:59.
you're late.
12:59 is very late.
Very
Begging for
relatable.
forgiveness. Yeah, it's really good. I really recommend it. I've been
Yeah.
telling a lot of people to read it. I just told Avery to read it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they would like it too.
Yeah, I
it's,
think so.
It's very good. I just requested from another library the sequel.
Is there a sequel? What's it called?
It's called Solutions and Other Problems. And I was like, yep, that also
There
sounds
we go.
about
Love
right.
it. Love
so
it.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I like her weird art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's sad.
Weird art is memorable.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very strange art style.
Yeah.
I like that she draws herself as like a weird little creature.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I feel like that.
Like an awkward little shrug on the cover.
Yes. I like her drawings of herself as a child. My other one, this we don't have in our library, but you can get it from the Michigan E-Library, which gets from like books from other libraries in Michigan that aren't in our system. It's very cool. This is my copy. It's called Heaven Official's Blessing. It's like a fantasy romance, but it's a super slow burn romance. Like there's no like real romance until like I'm halfway through book 4, and it's kind of
wow.
starting to be a romance, sort of. Like, one of the characters is like, there's someone I like, and the other character is like, who is it? Am I perhaps jealous? But he doesn't know that he's jealous. It's
So
very
funny.
sweet and cute, and I really they did kiss in book 3, but it was like a, if I don't kiss him, he'll die. It's really dramatic, and I like it a lot. They're like YA, I would say.
Did you say it's fantasy?
Yeah, one of them is a god, and one of them is like the king of the ghosts.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a forbidden
Sure.
situation.
That
They-
old chestnut.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the most beautiful art.
It is.
It really is beautiful.
So gorgeous, and all the covers are just beautiful.
I've
So-
seen you reading the other ones, and they are
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous.
so good. Yeah, I've been getting them all from Melcat besides the first one, and yeah, they're
cool.
super good.
Yeah.
There's a TV show too. There's only one season. It's on Netflix, and it's like most of the first book. But I don't think it goes all the way through the first book, but it's really good and also beautiful, beautiful art.
Do you like it as much as the book?
I like the book better.
Okay.
Yeah, has more detail.
Fair. Makes sense.
Yeah, it was originally written in Chinese as a webcomic, and then
Really?
put into a novel and then translated.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
So it exists across several different types of media.
Yeah, you can
That's
find it
awesome.
online as a novel and as a TV show.
Huh.
I only looked at one webcomic, and it was traumatizing.
There's a rough one. What do you remember what it was called?
It was from Korea, and it's one where it's like a horror one.
Okay.
Have you seen this one?
I don't know what it is.
Okay. It was like on Reddit, it was like this on every October. What's the scariest thing you've seen on the internet? It was like,
I've seen some Korean horror, and
okay. Some of it's rough.
yeah, Korea does horror
They know how to like tap into your psyche.
they do. I like Korean horror, but it's terrifying. What
It is.
what
So
is
like
it?
you're just reading, and it's like about a mom who lost her baby, and like you see like a woman down this like dark alley, and then the I don't know if I want to spoil it, so I want you guys to be traumatized.
I want to read it.
Okay.
What was it called? Do you remember?
I need to find it.
Okay, I want to read it.
Okay.
Don't spoil it.
Okay.
I'm out anyway, so
Fair enough.
We probably shouldn't traumatize our patrons either.
Like the description wouldn't be traumatizing. I'll let you read it, and then you can tell me what you think.
Yeah,
Next
there's
time.
some terrible, messed up webcomics.
Yeah. This one's not graphic.
Just
So much.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm so curious.
We'll watch it out on Betty's computer. We'll leave it up there.
Well, okay. That sounds nice. She likes. Well, if it's not graphic,
She loves
won't like it.
Korean webcomics with a horror bent.
you guys are so lucky she doesn't watch these.
She finds them very funny when we
She
bring them up.
likes us.
Anytime I bring up Betty and I make fun of her, first thing I do is show her.
We play
she
all
loves
of
it.
the Betty parts of the episodes for her.
She
We
thinks
run
they're
them by
so
her.
funny.
Yeah, she does.
One of
She
these
likes when we
days
make
we'll
fun
get
of
her on the podcast.
She would do so well.
She would.
She
do well.
would. She won't though.
She
won't do
underestimates
it.
herself.
She does. She
I
is
think
very
she knows
naturally
she'd do
funny.
well. She just
Yeah.
like wants to withhold herself from us.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
probably more like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to admit.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah.
I have a couple of books as well. My first one is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones.
Okay.
That
I like the
art.
cover.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
This is a really, really good fall read. So it's very gothic. It's about a sister and her younger brother. They are, their father was the undertaker of their village, and their father dies, and so it falls to them to care for the graveyard. But what they didn't know was that their father was also the zombie keeper.
Oh my goodness.
And so there is a zombie element to this book, but it's very non-traditional zombie. And there is a bit of a quest in the book, and it was very surprising because I don't particularly care for zombie books. I picked this one up because I couldn't resist the cover.
It's beautiful.
So
It is.
good.
I was not disappointed. This was a fantastic read.
Okay.
And I still love the cover.
Is it
Honestly.
adult fiction or is
It's
it?
YA.
Okay, I was gonna say it
Yep.
feels more YA to
It
me
is
for some
YA.
reason.
My second one is also a YA. This is The Casket Girls by Alice Arden. Also a gorgeous cover.
It is
It
gorgeous.
is.
I stumbled upon this book in one of our visits to New Orleans. It is set in New Orleans right after the events of Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
It is a witchy book and shifters. There are some vampires in it, not cliche vampires though. So, and it's based on New Orleans kind of haunted history.
Oh, cool.
And there's one setting in this book, which is an old convent that is there. Like, Alice Arden is from New Orleans.
cool.
Nice.
She still lives there. And so there are locations in this book that are actually in the city. And
That's
so you
super
can
cool.
you can
Yeah.
go to all of the locations that are in the book in the city. And there are 4 of these books. Book 5 is forthcoming, but this is a really, really good series. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Did you read all 4 of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I have met her twice.
Oh,
Okay.
fun.
She was at ALA when ALA was in New Orleans in 2018, and then I met her at a different con one other time. She's lovely. She's very active on social media. She has a Facebook group called The Attic, which is a reference to one of the locations in the book. But she's very active with her social media and fans and stuff like that. So
Very cool.
she's a good follow.
I like that we both chose something based on like post Katrina
Yeah,
New
right.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Very
yep.
random.
Yep. And then my final one is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and I have talked about her before. I stumbled upon her as an author a couple years ago when we were doing choices for our county-wide read called On the Same Page. And I had seen this book on a lot of lists, and so I was like, I'm going to read that one to see if I should put it on the same page list. And I think about this book all the time. Silvia Moreno Garcia writes a lot of kind of gothicness into her books, even if they're not necessarily gothic. This one I would characterize as gothic, but it's very has kind of Rebecca vibes. So
Not Stephen King. He talked about Rebecca a lot. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
The old
yeah,
novel. Yeah.
yeah, Daphne
Okay.
du Maurier.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. The main character's name is Nomi, and she lives in Mexico City, and her cousin, who she loves very much, gets married and moves off to her new husband's estate. And the letters that her cousin sends her keep getting increasingly strange. So she starts worrying about her and goes to check up on her. And as she goes to check up on her, things go very wrong. And this book has like a feeling of creeping dread that settles in as
like
you're
that.
reading it. And so like the house and the estate become a character, and the kind of reveal in this book was wholly unexpected. Like nothing I would have ever expected it to be. But definitely also another good read for this time of year. So
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
yeah, and every book I've ever read by her has been amazing. So I talked about The Daughter of Dr. Moreau.
Oh,
yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Silver Nitrate is her newest one that just came out. All of her books are based in Mexico. She is a Mexican author. And Silver Nitrate is about the film industry
Oh, cool.
in Mexico. And Silver Nitrate refers to the silver in the film. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, that
Sounds
sounds
interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
I think you talked about her in the Gothic episode.
I may
possibly.
have. I may
it
have.
sounded
She's
really
very
interesting.
good.
Yeah.
The very atmospheric her
Is
books
it-
are.
It's one thing that a lot of horror books, and that's not horror, it's Gothic, but
Sure.
like something that I wish more horror books would have is that sense of creeping dread.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Instead of
hard to
just-
do, I think.
It is.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to. It's good. You have to plan pretty far ahead. I'm guessing
Yeah.
to make it all tie together.
And like not do too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scares are cheap.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will watch and read everything.
You always say that. And it
guys
makes us feel
recommend it.
better about our choices, doesn't it, Chloe?
Yeah. Even though I know he's lying.
I'm not lying. I'm trying to trick
a
my
lie.
brain.
It's a lie.
It
You're
all,
lying
it all
to
sounds
yourself and us.
like I legitimately
them.
want. No, I want to do it.
Lying to them.
I've read that one.
He's lying
so I'm
to you
halfway
guys.
Lying
there.
to you.
Halfway.
You've read the Ali Broche one?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
And I-
Ooh.
Well, that doesn't count because you've already read it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't have to do
Cheating.
as much. It's not
Cheating.
cheating if I've read it already.
Yeah, I guess not.
That's true.
It's just
Yeah.
like
That's true.
That's true. I take it back. You're not a
Thank you.
cheater, just a liar.
I'm. Thanks. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
lie to myself more than I lie to others.
Yeah. That says a lot. You lie to us a lot.
It's not a lie if I want it to be true.
Then you say, I would read that. Not I
Still
will
not true.
read that.
Almost fell.
Yeah. I would be so sad.
If I fell?
Yep.
No, you'd be glad right now, I think.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Telling an example of the truth. And I like.
I'd say everything was a lie.
I want to check the bone houses out.
Yeah, that looks
Nothing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good one.
Not to say that I can't read something longer, but that one is the shortest. And it looks.
Mexican Gothic
Gorgeous.
looks shorter to me.
I do want to read that one too. Like I
Yeah.
want to read all of them.
That one was on the new shelf for a while, and I always thought the cover was really gorgeous.
Yes.
Like the colors,
Yeah.
the yellow
It is.
flowers and the red and the green.
Really well done.
Yeah.
Got some very lovely colors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that was lovely.
It was.
Thanks for joining me. I mean, we're all hosts.
Yeah, it's Zach's podcast.
Thanks
now.
for coming. No, it's okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is good times. Can't wait to do it again.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, thank
We'll
you.
be back next week with something.
Yeah, what do we got going on?
Are
I
we,
don't
gonna,
remember. I didn't look at the schedule before I came in here.
are we gonna do writer's advisory next week?
Oh,
Definitely.
we could. Yeah.
That's what we got going on. We can't cut this out.
We
It's a
can't.
video.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.